The screen glows. 2 a.m. and you're still awake, running the same tab through your head for the 9th time. Self-awareness will save you. That's the line therapists, influencers, and your aunt on Facebook all repeat like scripture. Except it doesn't hold up. Turn the lens inward hard enough and you don't get peace, you get a prosecutor. Every flaw gets cross-examined at 3 a.m. And there's no defense attorney in the room. You're not broken and you're not weak. You're caught bouncing between two very different failure modes, and nobody's bothered to explain either one to you. The secret voice that replays your worst text message, that catalogs every awkward pause in a meeting, that's not a personal defect. It's a mechanism, and it runs on rules you can learn. And no, the people who seem untouchable, who breeze through their inbox without flinching, they're not immune. They just know something you don't. The gap between you and them is a handful of specific moves. So on Praxis, we're breaking down exactly what those moves are, grounded in real research, not vibes, so you can stop losing to your own head. This spiral, the doom scrolling, the 3 a.m. replay, the tight chest before a work email, it's not random, it's got a function. Your brain built this loop because at some point, staying alert, staying self-critical actually worked. The problem is the loop never got the memo that the threat's gone. The longer you let it run without naming it, the more it stops being a reaction and starts being who you are. That anxious, overthinking version of you, left alone, it calcifies. It becomes the default setting, not a phase. Understand this. Inaction here isn't neutral, it's a slow trade. You're not standing still, you're sliding. There are two versions of this loop, and old literature mapped them out 100 years before doom scrolling existed. Call the first one Dostoevsky mode, the raw, chaotic spiral, the 2 a.m. emotional flood, the belief that meaning only shows up on the other side of real suffering. Call the second one Kafka mode, the quiet dread of red tape, the sense that you're a small, replaceable part in a machine that doesn't care if you disappear. The constant self-monitoring that turns you into your own prosecutor. Chaotic feeling on one side, cold procedural anxiety on the other. Most of us don't live in just one. We ping-pong between them. Raging at 2 a.m., then numb and hyper-aware of every flaw by 9 a.m. at your desk. And that ping-pong, left unchecked, is exactly what turns into the loop we just talked about. First move, and it's built for Dostoevsky mode. For when the wave hits raw and fast, when that spike hits, the stomach drop after you hit send, the dread before opening Slack, don't respond. Not with an apology, not with a joke to smooth it over, not even a reassurance-seeking text to a friend. Just stop. Let the urge pass through you without acting on it. Every time you react instantly to that feeling, you hand it the wheel. You teach your own nervous system that the alarm was correct. Silence isn't surrender here. Silence is where the power actually is. This isn't just a concept. Back in 2007, researchers at UCLA ran a study on something called affect labeling. What happens in your brain when you put words to a feeling instead of drowning in it? They found that naming an emotion plainly, measurably calmed down the amygdala, the panic button in your brain. There's a wrong way to do this, and it's suppression. Clenching your jaw and telling yourself, don't feel this, is the opposite of labeling it. That's not calm, that's a pressure cooker with the lid welded shut. The right way is quieter and way less dramatic. Name the feeling, flat, out loud if you can. I'm anxious about this email. And let it sit there without dressing it up. That small act of naming does most of the work. Take a real example. A while back, I sent a message to someone I worked with. Nothing wild, just a disagreement over a project. And I spent the next 6 hours replaying it like I'd committed a crime. My brain built an entire courtroom, the evidence against me, the verdict, the sentence. I didn't apologize 5 more times. I didn't spiral into sarcasm at myself, cracking jokes about what an idiot I am. That's a losing move. It just feeds the same fire wearing a different mask. What actually broke the loop was cold, flat logic. I sat down and wrote out plainly what actually happened, what I actually said, and whether it was actually a problem. Turns out, no, it wasn't. The tone stayed the same the whole time. No sarcasm, no self-mockery, just the facts laid out like a grocery list. That flatness is what kills the spiral. Sarcasm keeps the fight going. Cold logic ends it. Now, for the worst thoughts, the ones that come in like a sucker punch, the "you're a fraud and everyone can tell" thoughts, you need something short. One line, something like, "That's a thought, not a fact." That's it. 6 words. Say it flat, the same way every time. This forces the thought to show itself for what it actually is, a mental event, not a verdict from God. Most of these thoughts only have power because they hide behind the assumption that they're true. The second you name them as noise, thoughts, not facts, they usually shrink fast because they were never built to survive daylight. This is straight out of a real approach in clinical psychology called cognitive diffusion, and it's the core fix for Kafka mode, for when your own head turns into a courtroom. There's a sneakier version of this, the self-deprecating joke you make to beat everyone else to the punch. Ha! Yeah, I'm useless. Everyone knows that. It sounds like humor. It's not. It's a defense dressed up as a bit. Get curious about it instead of running with it. Ask yourself flatly, like an anthropologist studying a strange tribe, why do I find that funny? What am I actually protecting by saying it first? 9 times out of 10, there's no real answer. The joke falls apart the second you look at it straight on because it was never built on logic. It was built on getting ahead of a hit that was never coming. Now let's zoom out, because this isn't only a fight in your own head. Sometimes it's your whole environment. Psychologist Stephen Hayes, one of the founders of acceptance and commitment therapy, built on the idea of watching your thoughts pass by instead of treating every single one like an order you have to follow. It's the difference between "I am a failure" and "I'm having the thought that I am a failure." That second version puts distance between you and the thought. You're not fighting it in the ring anymore, you're standing outside the ring, watching. When a room full of triggers comes at you, a group chat, a comment section, a bad meeting, you don't win by matching the energy. You win by refusing to play the game on the terms it's offering you, change the frame, and the whole thing loses its grip. If none of that's landing, if the spiral's still running hot, there's an actual script for this, straight out of assertiveness training. 3 parts. 1, name the fact. When this happens. 2, name the impact, or "I feel." 3, name what you need. So what I need right now is... That's it. It's mechanical on purpose. When your brain's on fire, you don't need poetry, you need a checklist. This is the emergency exit sign. Plain, boring, and it works exactly when nothing else does. The ultimate move is the one people feel most ashamed of. Walking away, closing the laptop, putting the phone in another room. There's a difference between an emotional retreat and a strategic one, and it's not subtle once you see it. Emotional retreat is running because you can't take it anymore. Shutting down, disappearing without a word. Strategic retreat is deciding on your own terms, "I'm done engaging with this for now," and setting an actual time to come back to it. One bleeds your energy, the other protects it. Walking away isn't losing. Sometimes it's the only move that keeps you intact. You're not trying to win every round against your own head. That's not the goal, and chasing it will wreck you. The goal is just staying whole, keeping something of yourself intact through the noise. That's it. That's the whole win. Catching the spiral after it's already started is one thing. Seeing it coming before it even hits is a different skill entirely. How to spot the trigger 3 steps before it happens, so you're not just recovering, you're actually ahead of it. That's next.